Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly singles love reading for Pisces. Well, let's see what's coming in for you, Pisces. Some Taurus energy, the Hierophant, another one, yeah, and some Cancer energy. This person's determined to succeed. It's someone who comes in and takes the lead. Yeah, there's a little sadness here. I actually feel like you could be even the person putting on the brakes here, but like I feel I feel like you've got a person here. There's definitely sadness as someone focusing on the cups that were spilled. So it has to do with somebody who is possibly non-committal, but it is often about being on the same page here. The Hierophant, the way someone conducts themselves, their lifestyle habits. See, there's a spark and attraction here. There is some sort of desire, but it's a passionate new beginning. Yeah, you're walking away. So what I can see here, this is an energy of looking at this, walking away, what you're leaving behind. You're going to leave someone behind. I feel like you're taking your power back, but it has to do with someone who put on the brakes. They may be taking a look because they can see you walking away. This is someone focused on that physical part of the connection. But this is about you choosing your own path too. You're moving away from this. But it's what you're seeking. See, it's what you're seeking. This could be just not what you're looking for. Yeah, you're reflecting. See, you're leaving something behind. You're looking at what you're leaving behind. And you're ready to go down a new path. So it's where you change that focus. Yeah, there's some sadness here. There's not a lot of hope, you know. I feel like you're feeling that way. Yeah, been there, done that. I feel like you're out of here. I feel like you're going to take your power back because it does look like someone here put on the brakes. They don't want to commit. Somebody who doesn't want to conform, you know, to society's rules, non-conforming. So this is about something that I feel, it's about learning those lessons too. Tell me, I feel like you're just not on the same page with this person. Yeah, this is someone who doesn't follow the society's rules. Someone who always has excuses. They never follow through. They're not reliable. Yeah, and this is someone who doesn't really talk a lot. They don't communicate. It's somebody who doesn't really know what they want. So they come in, they come on strong. See, they come in, they come on strong, then they put on the brakes. But this is where you take your power back. Been there, done that. See, you've been through this. And this is why I feel you're looking, one last look over your shoulder. You're going to take this leap of faith and go on a different path. So you're looking at what you're leaving behind. It's not emotionally fulfilling. This is someone who doesn't talk a lot. They don't know what they want. They're keeping you hanging. And it is somebody, there is desire, there is an attraction, but this isn't what you're looking for because it's about emotional fulfillment, not getting it. So there it is. You know, look at that, beautiful. This is the start of something new. You're heading down a new path here. And I feel like living in the moment, having a good time. You just like living your best life here. You know what you want here. I can see you. Yeah, beautiful. Yep, there you are, single. You're looking out for yourself. See, you're looking out for number one. Because if it is a person who's only focused on the physical, and then when you talk to this person, you reach out, you can see that energy of this person. It's a person who comes in and come on strong, but they're so in control of their emotions. They don't want to get. It's a person who doesn't want to fall in love. They don't want to be in love. They control their feelings. And this is why I feel you have been there, done that with this person. Some of you have other opportunities coming in too. And that's why I feel you take back your power. See, you're in your power here. Stay in that energy. Yeah, you can see it's someone here who isn't taking action. See, they're not taking action. They're not moving. I think you know what you're dealing with here? And I see this, somebody who's lazy. They want the other person to take the lead. They want you to be the one to basically do everything. I'm seeing a lazy person. This is not somebody who's inspired. Let's have a look at the Eight of Wands. I'm trying to get the energy of this person. I think you've got other opportunities coming in. And I do think it is an energy of someone who doesn't want to be pinned down. See, they don't want to be in a commitment. They just want to be single. So this is where and then I can see you being single, looking out for yourself, taking care of yourself. Yeah, it's been there, done that. I see other opportunities coming in. I do see another opportunity. Yeah, you're seeing truth in this situation. You're making a decision. This shows that you're going to make a decision. And I do see it, and this is where I feel the decision's going to be easy because you've been there, done that with this person. I think this person's kind of lazy. They don't want to be pinned down. And I feel like you're starting to kind of look at that too, you know. You want somebody who commits. See, this is about learning. You're seeing truth. See, you're learning something. This has been a learning experience. So now you have this experience. So you're going to apply that. Yeah, I feel like you got other opportunities coming in here. Tell me about that Eight of Wands. Yeah, see, seeking other options. This is someone who treats you like an option. They don't want to be pinned down. Yeah, and this is where you're going to make this decision. You're going to seek out other options. You know your worth and value with this, but look at that. This is about making yourself open and available. This person too, I'm going to tell you right now, they know that you're moving on. They're being left behind because you're moving forward. You're open. Yeah, you know what you want here. And I do see living in the moment, living your best life, feeling happy, feeling positive. See, it's about living. See, it's all about this beautiful path. Yeah, see, someone who doesn't step up to the plate. See, out with the old, in with the new. But this is a decision you're going to make here. Yeah. And I think some of you too, you're kind of just thinking, you know what, I'm just going to keep my options open. I'm just going to stay single till the right person comes along. The one. This person's just not the one. But there is a spark and desire, and that's why I feel you've got an opportunity coming in here. There's an opportunity, and this is where I feel it'll help you make a decision. See, a judgment. Yeah, this is someone who doesn't step up to the plate. Someone who's playing the field. See, you got a person who just wants to play the field. So I feel that's what you're going to do. You're breaking free from this and you're ready for this new path. You're just enjoying the single life, some of you right now too. Like, you know, this is, it feels like a bit of a transition, but this is an energy. See, you're not chasing after this person either. But this is about breaking free. So you have goals, things you're going to achieve. But I do see this is somebody here who just wants to play the field. They want to be single. So it's like you're going to do the same thing. I love this. But I do see multiple opportunities coming in. Yeah. I see you getting a lot of attention. See, this person doesn't give you any attention. I think they're lazy. Like, I don't think they talk a lot. They don't really know what they want. So this is where you kind of make up their mind for them. Yeah, so you're making up their mind for them. But I do think you're in this point. Should I stay? Should I go? Yeah, I think this is just a little, you know, a little inner struggle. And if you have another opportunity coming in, you're going to be comparing this person to the other person. See, I feel like you're dealing with someone who just comes in when they want attention. When you want attention, this person doesn't step up to the plate. So this is why you need to look out for you. And I do think you're going to look at this and go, they're just not the right person. So I see you breaking free yourself. Very nice. Yeah, but I do see a little struggle. Should I stay? Should I go? Yeah, and I do see another energy coming in, though, and I can't quite see who they are. It may not yet meant to be known. Yeah, I do see an energy of work. Yeah, putting in effort. See, that's what I feel. This person doesn't put in a lot of effort. I think they're lazy. I think this is just a lazy person. They kind of laze around and they want the other person to take the lead. It's like they want you to take the lead. They want you to chase after them. They don't want to do the work. No, they don't want to do the work. You're looking out for you. And I do see you, you know, working here, definitely taking care of yourself. Yeah, look at the whole new cycle. Yeah, you're just going down this path, and this is beautiful because this is where things start to go in your favor. Yeah, things are about to change here, things going in your favor. I do see work being good for some of you too. See, that's another thing. If you're dealing with someone here who is kind of lazy, you know, they don't put a lot of effort, they want you to do the work, meanwhile you're juggling work. I don't know if this is someone who's like retired or they don't work. I don't know what it is, but they certainly don't want to put in the work. They want you to. See, chase after me. Yeah, so I think you're just going to move on. You're breaking free, and I do see playing the field, keeping your options open. What's coming in for the Empress? I feel it's not quite evident who's coming in, but there are opportunities coming in. This is what it's going to help you make that decision. Yeah, you got a... It's an energy of someone here seeing truth. See, someone's seeing truth. I think you got a person who's emotionally unavailable. They're basically unavailable. Yeah. But look at this decisions. Now, you can look at this energy, but this is an energy of someone here who... I think this person's just not available emotionally. They don't want to be in love. They don't want to... They're just not emotionally available. That's what I feel like it is. So I feel you're going to make yourself emotionally unavailable. But what's interesting is these opportunities coming in. And I do see someone here knows a good thing when they see it too. So this could actually be another person. But it has to do with truth. Someone who speaks truth, they're loyal, they're faithful. Now, this is something being learned. So I wonder if this is another person. Is someone telling you the truth about someone, that they're juggling or they're lazy? I'm seeing a really lazy person here, like really. They just want the other person to do all the work. So I feel like you've got these multiple opportunities coming in. Someone else here knows a good thing when they see it. So if you're comparing one to the other, I mean, this is someone who's often emotionally unavailable, but like I say, it's almost like comparing this person to that person. This person here is, they keep all their feelings to themselves. See, they don't want to invest in this situation. Yeah, see, feeling like giving up, feeling like being beat up here. But it's about, you're looking at what you're putting behind. Yeah, I think it is this person. I think you're going to make up their mind for them. It is somebody who is literally unavailable. Yeah, but you're going to put this behind. See, some of you have kind of given up on this person, but here's what's interesting. This person may decide not to give up. Yeah, but like you're walking away. See, I think this person knows. I mean, it is an energy of learning. This person is, I feel, becoming aware that you're moving on here. You've given up. But you're kind of at that, should I stay or go? You're going to make the right choice. Yeah, I think it's just this person. They're just unavailable. They're cold. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be hard for you to decide. And if you are comparing one to the other, and it could be someone else doing this with yourself, but I'm going to tell you, things are about to go in your favor. This is a whole new cycle. Just stay on your own path, because the Empress is someone who's also on their own path. See, this is where things start to feel off. Something doesn't feel right. And I do think there's just this person here who... But you know what's so funny about this? This person is somebody who probably should be speaking some kind of truth. See, it's about learning. This is someone learning, finding out that you're moving on. I think you're losing interest in them, but this is where something feels off. See, taking a step back, looking at this different. It has to do with your type. So and it has to do with your type of person. But something is definitely off here. And this is where things start. See, you're going to put this behind. This person sees you're leaving them behind. And then they kind of don't want to give up a little bit here. So, but like I say, there's still somebody who is emotionally unavailable. See, there's something that doesn't feel right. So you're going to make a decision. This is about your type, looking at your type. Someone who maybe feels like you're their type. And I do see speaking truth. I mean, the Queen of Swords is often someone too. It comes from the Empress. You've mastered all the energies of the Empress here by taking back your power. You're not ruled by your emotions, but it doesn't mean you're not emotionally available. See, this other person here, I feel, is literally doesn't want to be pinned down. They want to keep playing the field. But now that you're moving on and you're out there, kind of just having a good time. I feel like you're just living in the moment, having a really good time here, enjoying the single life. They're not liking it. Look, see, it's a chapter, ending a chapter. I think you know this is someone who's just not right. It is about being unavailable. They don't want to make themselves available. That's the thing. But you are making yourself available. Yeah. Why? Because you're open. This is where they've learned this. And I'm going to tell you, it all has to do with the person who's coming in, because there is change. This is closing out a chapter, change, a whole new cycle for you here. You've got good luck coming in, yeah. You've got a person who, look at that, there you go. It has to do with your type. Yeah. This, I mean, the person at the top definitely is someone who, I think they're just lazy. They want you to do all the work. They want you to take the lead in everything. They don't want to put in the work. It is a person who's kind of on their own path. They're focused on work. They're on their own path. So this is why I feel you're leaving them behind. But it's the person that's coming in. See, someone who's stable, someone who's feels prepared and feels ready. See, you've got a person who I feel just isn't ready. And it could be the fact, but the thing is, how long are you supposed to wait for this person? That's what I see here. See, you're going to look at this. It feels off. It doesn't feel right. It's a lack of chemistry. Yeah, I don't think it's really interesting, but like I say, this is closing out a chapter, a whole new chapter. See, this is about creating change. Just be careful of someone who comes back around to make sure that they've changed. Because I do feel someone who, it has to do with truth, but it has to do with someone who maybe feels you're not their type. No, this is someone who comes in. It is a person focused on the physical. You got a person who finds you really attractive. Like, they focused on the physical. There's a lot of desire. They come in, but you got a runner. And this is someone who, can't handle a lot of pressure. They feel pressured and then they run away. See, this is the energy of someone who comes in focused on the physical. If they don't get what they want, they get it from someone else. So I feel like you're going to be seeing truth in this. But yeah, I do feel there is change coming here. Yeah, see, moving into calmer waters, you know from the lessons you learned, this is someone who's never going to change. Yeah. But it's you creating change. You're the one creating the change because you're open to offers and opportunities. See, this is somebody who's an avoidant. I do think you are dealing with someone who's literally doesn't want to be pinned down. They don't want to make any kind of commitment. They treat you like an option. And you're not anybody's option, right? And that's why I feel. But I do feel like you have multiple opportunities coming in. And this is where I feel like applying lessons learned. You are moving into happier days because you're distancing yourself from someone. Some of you might even move and relocate. I do see taking trips, traveling, living your best life. But you are literally moving on. This person doesn't like that. No, their ego's taking a hit too. Yeah, see, this is someone their ego. See, there's disappointment, but this is someone who feels defeated. Why? Because you're moving on. You're leaving them behind. I see what's going on. But I do feel like you have another person coming in here. And I do feel, it's about taking time to get to know each other, spending time together. See, this is someone who literally, I'm not a fan of this energy. This is a lazy person. They don't want to be pinned down, but they want you to be the one to take the lead. They want you to do all the work. See, they're on their own path doing their own thing. And I feel some of you work too, but yet they want you to do the work. So I do think this person's a big disappointment, but I also feel like they feel defeated. They're not very happy. They feel defeated. Yeah. But I do feel someone here who's been rather deceptive and manipulative here too. So really watch for somebody who tries to come back around because they see you moving on. You're distancing yourself from this person. Yeah, you're getting out socializing. I see you traveling, going places, spending time with people. And I do feel like you have other opportunities coming in. Yeah, see, it's about harmony and balance. And this is another thing. This is somebody who wasn't fair. This is someone who doesn't treat someone right. They treat you like an option. And that's why I feel like you're taking back your power. See, instead of taking the lead, being the one to do all the work, you're literally just taking back your power. They feel defeated. But this is somebody who comes in focused on the physical. You only hear from this person when they want something, right? And that's where it just feels off. This person may try to project this onto you, where they kind of try to make you feel like you're the one being defeated. Don't let them do that to you. Keep moving, right? This is you, and this is why they know you've left them behind. You're like one last look over your shoulder here. I'm out of here. You're going to have some fun. Yeah, you're no longer feeding this person's ego. So you're not going to talk to them. You're not feeding their ego. You're no longer giving. This is somebody who was that breadcrumber. They may try to reach out because they don't like the feeling of defeat, like you're winning, like you've won, but you are. Everything's going in your favor. This is someone being left behind. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is someone's options that start to dry up. But you are leaving them behind. They don't like that feeling of defeat, so they're going to try to come in, and they'll do the exact same thing they did before. Don't fall for it. See, there's strings attached, open relationships. They dangle that little carrot in front of you, take the bait. You're going to know it feels off. This person doesn't like that you've won. Well, I actually feel their options are going to dry up. This is what happens often, someone who's playing the field, and they do the same thing to everybody. It's not just you, okay? But their options are going to dry up. But don't let this person tempt you by dangling that little carrot in front of you, like maybe, the person where it's always maybe, right? Well, maybe we'll get together. Maybe, don't do it. See the truth, see victory. You're the one who's victorious. You're going to see the truth. That aha moment. I'm not falling for it. I'm out of here. You're just going to go have a good time, but the right person's going to come in at the right time. Yeah. And I do feel this is hard for you, but you're being wise, and you're going to apply all the things that you've learned to this situation. And you do have other opportunities coming in, but this is where you are no longer anybody's option. Okay, and that's what I feel here. Yep, thanks, but no thanks. See, you're no longer interested. This person knows they've missed a beautiful opportunity, but snooze, you lose. I do think they're lazy. I do think this person wants you to do all the work. They don't want to be pinned down. Yeah. And now it's interesting. The tables are turning. You're starting to feel that way, but you are open. And I do feel it's waiting for that right person. Yeah, you're waiting for your emperor. See, the emperor. Someone who's mastered all the energies of the kings. Yeah. Look at that. This is all what you're leaving behind. Thank you, but no thank you. No longer interested. You're seeing truth. But the thing is the right person. See, it's the emperor and the empress. This is someone who's just not, and there is going to be a few. And I'm going to be honest. I do think as you're putting this behind, this person isn't going to want to give up, right? They're not going to want to give up, but they are unavailable. See, they see that you are now unavailable. But I do see there's a couple here. I do think some of you've either been through this, or this is what's going to happen, other opportunities coming in. But you are wiser. See, seeing truth. Thanks, but no thanks. I think they're just not your type. I feel like you're being a little pickier here. And you're going to wait for that emperor. See, someone who comes in right. That's where, when the right person comes in, this is when you're going to see everything that you've left behind. You are having a victory here. You are going to have a victory. And I do think you've got a person who's rather manipulative here. And I think you're, going to take that step back and see. So you kind of feel like giving up. You're feeling defeated. But to me, this is someone going to try to project that on you. In other words, if they come in, they come back around and offer you this, because they don't like the feeling of defeat that you're winning, right? So they're going to come in and try to tempt you. And then what they'll do is reject you. Be wise. So there you go, waiting for the emperor. You've got an emperor. See, it's waiting. When the right person comes in, you're going to know. And this is where you have that moment where it's going to be very easy to decide. Yeah, so it's just not going anywhere, going your separate ways. Yeah, see, it just never goes anywhere. And that's what this person does. They come back around, they dangle the carrot, they tempt you, you go for it, and then they reject you. See, this is somebody who doesn't want to be pinned down. They don't want to commit. They don't want to commit. It never goes anywhere. But they don't want someone else to have you. This isn't going to be difficult for you. Once this person comes in, it's coming in, they come in right. That's when you're going to see truth, victory. You're going to see, you deserve better. Look at that. There's the cup. Somebody who comes in who's emotionally available. So you have other opportunities, and this is going to come towards you, and you're going to receive that cup. You're going to get your cup filled. So you got this other person who wants you to fill their cup. And this is why I feel it's like, this looks like it's something on and off, but it always ends up being a maybe, right? And that's where I feel. And I do see multiple opportunities, other people coming in. But this is you seeing truth in a situation, applying the lessons learned. You're going to be avoiding some people here. But I really feel like you've got this beautiful energy coming in. Yeah, see, there's a reason to celebrate. I see offers, invitations, someone who is emotionally available, mature. I think you're just, you're dealing with someone who doesn't tell you the whole truth. They tell you what you want to hear. See, they dangle the carrot. There's strings attached with the maybe. Somebody who's like, oh, hey, yeah, let's explore this. Let's go down this path together. And then they reject you because they need to feel like they're winning. This person can't handle that you're moving on. But you are definitely moving into beautiful. I wouldn't even be surprised if you end up moving in with someone here. But I do feel like this, I do see moving and even relocating for some of you. But I'm seeing a victory, a strong financial foundation, a house, a home. See, this is where someone feels like home. You're on the home run. This has been your journey. So you have an emperor going to come in, somebody who offers you the cup. This other person is defeated. And I don't think this person tells you the truth. They kind of just tell you what you want to hear. But the interesting thing is you have someone who is your type, someone who's curious, who wants to know everything about you. See, you've got someone here who doesn't share a lot. They don't really want to know anything about you. That's your clue with these other people coming in. But the right person wants to know everything about you, what you're up to. But you got this person doing that too, because they don't want to commit, but they don't want anyone else to have you. So there's a lot going on here. And this is about you being wise. Okay? Being wise. Masculine or feminine. Yep. See, this is about being available. You're looking out for you. Self-care, self-nurturing. You deserve love, and that's the truth. See, you know it too. And there is someone here who is going to come in. You're going to have a victory here. You're manifesting. You have everything you need to manifest your desire. So the right person is someone who will communicate clearly. They'll speak truth. So this King of Swords is actually connected to this person. But they have all the energies of the kings. They've mastered all the energies. Then you're going to communicate. See, the right person wants to know everything. They talk, they communicate, they want to be with you, they want to spend time. They want to, this is about getting acquainted. See, you got new acquaintances coming in. I see what's going on. Yeah, see, you've got this person who, fill my cup, give me what I need, right? They come in looking for attention. That physical attraction, right? And they want you to fill their cup. See, they're content the way things are. This is why nothing goes this way. Don't fill their cup. When you keep filling their cup, they don't need to make any kind of commitment because they have everything they need. They feel content the way things are. So stop filling their cup. And that's what I feel like it's telling you that you're learning. This nurturing, caring, cooking, cleaning. Don't be the wife, right? Don't play that role. And that's why I feel like it's really interesting what you're doing here and the energies that you're going to go through. But I really, truly believe you're going to have a victory. I can see you manifesting what you desire. You and another person want the same thing. I think you want somebody who speaks up and speaks their mind. You want someone who's smart, where you can connect on that mental level, where you really get each other. And I feel like this other person just isn't on your level. And there's going to be a few of them. But the right person will want to know everything about you. But you can see the other person not wanting you to get away. And suddenly this person's decided, what are you up to? Who are you spending time with? But this is the energy. Fill my cup. Give me what I want. Maybe. right? And they dangle the carrot. Don't fall for it. Stay in your power, because you are the one with the power here, more than you probably realize. So let's have a look at this Emperor. What can you expect from this Emperor? Yeah, see, dating and courting, doing things in a traditional manner. This is someone who communicates. They'll stay in communication. You're going to spend time. I see getting acquainted. You're going to their house, you going to theirs. You're building a foundation. See, there's no foundation with this person. This person will lay the foundation. They're following their heart too, because this is someone who knows what they want. Look, you've got love, and it's telling you you deserve love. You're manifesting love. And you have choices, and I do see there is going to be multiple opportunities once you move on from this person, but you're going to apply all the things you've learned from this person to everyone else. That's why you're going to win. See, there's a victory here for you. You're seeing truth. But you and the other person, you want the same thing. Yeah, you want the same thing. Long-term stability, a partner. Someone to do stuff with, to travel, to... I wouldn't be surprised they live in another community, but I do see, traveling, commuting, visiting each other. And I do think this is something that could definitely go the next level, because I do see you getting a victory. Yeah, you're leaving this negativity behind, the lack. See, this is looking, and then that's where you're actually going to get the victory, when you see what was lacking here. This person's being left behind, and like I said before, I can see their options are drying up, because this is someone who does this to other people. They don't get what they want from you, they get it from someone else, and now their options are driving up. So here's a little bit of truth. There's other people doing the same thing to this person. You're not the only one. See, and they're not right for you. They don't step up to the plate. This is why, out with the old, in with the new. You're coming out of this wiser with a lot of experience. Very, very nice. Take care, Pisces. You've been on a journey. I can see it. And I do feel like you've been through the ups and downs with this person, but their options are going to dry up. They know, they can see you're leaving them behind. But once you've left this behind and you connect with this Emperor, someone who has mastered all the energies of the kings, they have everything just right. They come in right. See, they want love too. And this is someone who will follow their heart. But I do see someone asking you out on a date. Yeah, you're going to make this beautiful connection. See, this is two people who build each other up. They don't tear each other down. This is someone who tries to take your power. See, they want to defeat you, but you are going to defeat this person. Amazing energy. Take care. Bye for now.